10 star, 9 and 10 stars. She thinks she deserves this man who's a 10. She don't comprehend that this man is a 10 for a reason. This man have escaped the tyranny of women. This man have escaped the tyranny of being a slave for the rest of his life. This man have taken care of himself. This man is in the gym. This man is probably doing golfing every now and then. He's jogging on the weekend when he have a chance to. He's eating just a simple toast and orange juice in the morning. After he read his newspaper, then he go upstairs and do some work on the computer, like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or less. Then he goes out and he gets active. He don't have time to be sitting there with the low profile, low frequency woman. So she will be lackluster in pretty much all those categories, but yet she will want you as a man to say, I want you to pick me. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Now, I'm worthy because I have craters that I have to carry in my bra all day. Oh, pick me because I got the lips that are plump like you like. Pick me because I have my hair that's perm straight or matted straight or combed out straight. I'm walking around with Prada perfume, so I smell great. Not natural, I just smell good and great. That's another thing as well that I'm all about as well. And it's not for everybody. The smells is a very important thing to me. Okay, that's a very valuable asset to the woman's body and her potential to be natural. All right. When she wears a lot of perfume, that's actually, to me, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That means she's insecure in herself. She's insecure in her own pheromones, and she wants to be so unnatural where her only dependency is the perfume that she put on. She wants you to be allured by the perfume, and you will be surprised that Indian Chief Morpheus is actually more turned off from perfume than turned on. Because I can't be attached to this girl. This girl is full of perfume. She's full of unnatural fragrances that was made up from a laboratory or a warehouse somewhere. However they make it, okay, in their closet spaces, okay. So the lesser of it is, the better, because if she's funky and she haven't been taking care of herself, that will be on her. But if she's taking care of herself and she's not funky and she has just a little bit of perfume on, that's a sign of cleanliness and it's a sign of nature. And it's a better chance to be closer to this girl than to be repelled from heavily laden perfume. Or she goes out somewhere and she gets in the car. She know it's hot in the middle of the summer or something like that. And all she do is just put on some perfume and say, okay, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Trying to cover up, right? She knows like 30 minutes until she goes out on a date. Instead of jumping in the shower or, getting a wet rag or something like that, doing the bird bath, she would just go ahead and grab a little container over there on top of the toilet or something, where all her perfumes are sitting, just spray herself under her arm and on her neck and make sure that she's smelling real good with this stuff. And then she out the door. She's out the door. But the moment you get all tangled up, the moment you start donkey dunking and she's sweating and everything start coming to surface and you're disgusted. You're disgusted. So it will be better to interface with what is natural head on. That way there will be no surprises, right? There will be no set off because you're already in tune with her natural scent. However, getting back to one that I jumped over, and I jumped over for a reason because it's a Shangri-La for this study today. I was talking about the approaching issue. And then I'm going to flop back over to the next channel of unrealistic expectations because it's the same thing. Now, another thing that I have also studied, and it's a very deep study here. Another reason why it's no good for you to approach and you shouldn't, not only is it debased for yourself, you have to ask yourself, where do you want to line up in the society of women? Do you want to be this little bitty Boy Scout, ridiculous, self-hating, self-degrading man? Or are you a man of quality? Do you have better esteem for yourself where you are willing to put yourself in a successful position even if you don't get what you want? You may want this girl. You may be interested in this girl. But when you are trying to approach her or get her number or get her interested in you, of course, the situation has to bridge to itself. I would tell you this, depending on where you are or what you're doing, if you're working around them all the time, or if they're always with you in a room or in a cubicle or something like that, you are in a very good position because now you are only giving your energy to this girl. Whereas I'm not saying that you need to do it at your work. I'm just saying whatever situation that you're in. I'm using that as an example because I'm not really condoning that you should approach women or try to get with them while you're working. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you are around them all the time, it could be some of your girlfriends. It could be maybe some of your travel people, or wherever you may be. If you're around them on the often, then you have the benefit. You have the benefit of just being yourself, where you don't have to approach them. Eventually, over time, they will approach you. You got it? Eventually, they will get a chance to understand what you can do, your personality, how cool you are, how calm you are as a man. Or you don't have to. You don't have to ask them. You don't have to come to them and tell them what your intentions are. They tell you what their intentions are. But if you are not, and these girls are strangers, which is probably common for a lot of men in some places, right? Where you meet them at the store, you meet them at a gym somewhere, or you meet them at a pub, wherever you go, and you see this girl who's attractive to you. All right. When you are preparing yourself to approach this girl, the rule is this girl already has a man somewhere. And most times they already have 10 men. There was a documentary done, and I want to bring that into this same conversation. There was a documentary done where a guy was asking women, random women, at least 10 to 20 of them, how would they feel if a man approached them? Okay. You would say more than half of them said it will be weird. It will be awkward. It will be strange. They would not give him her number. Several of them actually said they would give out the wrong number just to make this man go away. You got it? But yet on the flip side, when you go to social media, when you talk to the common modern girl again today, she says something different. She will say, well, I want this man to approach me because I want him to prove that I am worthy or worth it. And if he doesn't do so, that means he doesn't like me. What a stupid thing to say. That, well, if he doesn't approach me and I'm giving him the call out signals, the come pick me signals, then that means he's not interested. Survey says wrong. Absolutely wrong. There is multiple times. And as a matter of fact, it may continue because women are stuck on stupid. It may continue. I'm just going to prepare myself for it. OK, there's multiple times where there were plenty of women that I was interested in. I looked at them and seen them just visually that they were sort of my type. They had the potential. They was young enough, big eyes, cute, so forth, so on. Right. But I sat back and put my hands in my pocket again, like the Indian chief, and said, you know, all she got to do is come over here and say one thing and the doors will open up. The doors of heavens will open up. All she have to prove to me is that she's not a modern, stuck up, unlearned, outdated, selfish, narcissist woman by walking over here and opening her god mouth. Had to bleep that out. Then maybe there will be some interaction there. Then I can go ahead and scoop her up and vet her out, and there may be some success somewhere. But until then, I'm not gonna say anything. All right. Until then, she don't exist until she show me what she is interested in. You got me? But unfortunately, these are the very same women who will jump on social media. They'll tell other women, they're getting their girl groups, and they'll be like, you know what? That guy must be gay. How come he didn't? He just don't like me. I don't understand. Morpheus don't like me. He didn't even look my way. Is something wrong with him? Maybe my booty's not big enough. She starts checking herself out in the mirror, adding more Prada perfume or something like that. But it have nothing to do with it. It's the very fact that she don't comprehend that she herself nowadays is expected to do exactly what she says she can do, to play the ground even. But let me tell you something, and here's the Shangri-La on this one. Most of the times, again, not only is it particularly based on the fact that she has options, because I have options myself. We both have options. You got it? We both have options. But also, they will say something like, well, I want this guy to try harder. Okay, so what? We might reject him. So what? We might not give him our number, but I want him to try harder. I want him to keep approaching me. I may give him an ugly face or a stale face, or I may pretend like I don't like him, but I really do like him, and I want him to try harder. Here again, here is gear number 3. And another thing this is another reason why I would put Ralph the dog collar around your neck. All right. And let you stroll yourself around the park, a dog park, like we usually do of this human dumb society. Okay. Of retards. Because you got to look at it like this. The reason why she is saying this, because there are other men that have done what you have done. There are other men that are doing what you are doing. There are other men that have said what you are saying, young man. Therefore, what she wants you to do is be better than the 10 of them who may be in her groups. She wants you to do above and beyond so you can stand out amongst the men who's already talking to her. So therefore, she wants you to compete. Here we go. Did you hear what I just said? She wants you to compete for her attention. You are competing against other men that you don't know, probably haven't even seen, but you are competing. So she I didn't say thinks, she feels, because all they do is feel. She feels as if you are in a competition with the other guys, and she wants you to do better than them. She would tell you, oh, you're in a competition with, so she won't say it. In her mind, she's saying you are in competition with 5 or 6 other guys. The other ones, they just want to donkey dunk. The other ones, they don't have good game. 2 other guys, they're kind of shy, they standoffish, they're not aggressive enough. But I want you to show me, I want you to prove to me that you really want me. That's what women will say. They will actually say that. I've had a woman explain that to me with one of her past relationships. She said, well, I just want my man to prove that he wants me, that he really wants me. You hear what I'm saying? I want him to prove that I am worthy. So even if I have like 9 or 10 different guys, it don't matter. Here's what I'm saying. Even though I have about 9 or 10 different guys, and yeah, I may have a few men in my DMs, I got a lot of guys on my Facebook, on my Instagram channel. Oh my God, it's like every time I go to the store, I got so many. I mean, it's like everywhere I go, men are just posting. But I got their number and stuff like that. They call me every now and then. They just irritate me. But they always trying to promise me what they can do for me and stuff like that. But I tell you what, all that don't matter. All I want you to do, baby, is do better than them. I want you to try harder. I want you to get on one knee if you want to. I want you to prove to me that you are better than them so I can hypergamy over to you. You see that? And the bad part about it is when you prove to me that you are better than them, I'm going to be with you for a short amount of time, and I'm going to do you like I did them, and I'm going to wait for the next man who's going to rise even higher than you. And guess what? I want him to prove as well, and he will. He's going to pump my gas. He's going to put an expensive ring on my finger. He's going to get on both knees. And I'm going to put a collar around his neck. And that's going to be the guy I'm going to be with, not you. But in the meantime, I want you to let me know that I am worthy by disgracing yourself. And let me know that you have low expectations for yourself. And you have low ego. And that's going to work out just fine. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. So when you put yourself in the room of all those guys and you want to be the outstander, you want to be this outlier. You want to be the guy who's able to shoot a 3-point shot or shoot a shot from half court amongst the other men. She's going to expect for you to do that all the time. That means you're going to be holding masculine frame for a long time to keep this girl interested. And as soon as you make a mistake, as soon as you shift your attention, as soon as you stop becoming the outstanding man and the rest of them start rising up, the rest of them continue to get at her. They continue to spend time with her on her job. They continue to take her play, or just to send her wonderful emails and text messages and things that you don't know that she got. Right? The moment you change your chapter, she's going to make plans to leave you. Do you understand? So therefore, when you're in that situation, that's when you'll hear her say, I'm not happy. So I'm going to find another man who will, and I can, because out of all of the 10 guys, you decide to be the moron to rise higher than them, but you have failed. So now that this guy have risen, I'm going to be with him. That's why she says she want you to try harder. Don't be that dummy. Because what did I tell you in the full description? If you go back to what I said, what did she just say? I want him to prove that I am worthy. But what about you, man? Are you worthy? Huh? Are you worthy, my fair masculine brother? Yes, you are. So therefore, you are the one is the prize. You're the one she should be approaching. She is the one who needs to come to you and say, hey, what's up? If you go into her saying, hey, what's up? Then you are at a loss. You are playing on her football field, in her town, in her city, with her support. It's almost like when you got a video game. I'm gonna break it down. You know, if you're 16 years old and you listen to this, when you got a video game, right? And you know the video game that you're playing. You know the schematics. You know where all the levels are. You know the town. Whatever you're doing in the video game, you know where the enemies are. You know where the best weapons that you have that you can use. You are well equipped. That is your playing field. That's your domain right there. And let's say that you have a complete stranger. They played video games before, but they never played your game. They're not familiar with what you play, whatever on Call of Duty or Halo or whatever that you deal with, or Tekken, whatever. They don't know anything about it. But yet they want to compete with you. The chances of your victory is pretty much 9 out of 10 unless they get lucky. All right. Their chances is they have a beginner's luck. They may have a 3 out of 4% of a chance, but you're going to be kicking their ass all through your game. And they're going to be frustrated. And then they're going to be wondering, why are you winning? Why are you beating me like that? I don't understand. Why are you doing these special moves? Where you get that? Where you get that weapon from? Where you find that gun at on the levels? Where was that special car at? And they don't know that you know everything about it. You got experience. They don't. So when you are approaching these women, it's the same thing. You're playing their video game. Sir. Hello, blue pill. Hey, beta. You're going to lose. And you're going to lose badly.